Alright, ladies and gentlemen, trying to fix the tripod legs for that crap, but anyways, today we're finally going to take a look over one of the Transformers Age of the Prime figures I have here. So, I went to order something on Amazon, and I was actually originally saving up to get Megatronus, but when I saw Prime, I was like, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet and just order him, and the figure came, and I'm finally having it in my collection. So today we're going to take a look over the Transformers Age of the Prime Voyager class Prima Prime. Now before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. Alright, so like I said, I ordered this on Amazon, and originally I wasn't going to be reviewing this figure. Originally I was planning to get one of the two aerial bots, but since one of my boys got me those figures on their side, so I'm still waiting to send all the stuff that he saved up for, and plus I don't know. So for now, I'm reviewing Prima Prime. So yeah, but here's what the new package style is going to look like in the new series. You can see right here, Prima Prime artwork for vehicle and robot looks great together. Transform into 20 step, transform to truck. You can see the side of the packaging right here. You can see Prima Prime artwork, pretty fantastic. Nothing at the top, nothing at the bottom. You can see right here, this at the 13 Prima Prime, and with his symbol right here. And you can see the half of the original 13 right here. You can see there's Vector Prime and Alpha Trion right here. I get the feeling that Vector Prime is just going to be a repackage of Legacy United version of that figure. So yeah, I'm predicting that. So if it is true, then I'm probably going to get that version of Vector Prime. So yeah. But anyways, here it is, the back of the packaging right here. You can see everything it comes with, and the weapon that he comes with is the Star Saber. And yeah, let's take a look over the accessories that Prima comes with, and let's take a look over the figure. So the three accessories that Prima comes with is the Star Saber, right? Not Star Saber, the Matrix of Leadership. If you guys remember, Prima was the first Prime from Primus, and he was the first to wield the Matrix of Leadership. You got the hilt piece of the Star Saber and the sword piece of the Star Saber that you can combine it together to form the Star Saber. And you can see he has his symbol right here on the hilt right there. Cast in translucent plastic, is painted in silver. They didn't really cover everything up. You can see there's a little bit of scrape right there. So yeah, same thing with the Matrix. But you can plug into Matrix to the Star Saber right there, but also you can actually store the Matrix on the figure, which I'll probably do that in the robot mode later on, so yeah. But anyways, so here it is, Prima Prime in his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is representing a Cybertronian armor lunar truck. And to be honest with you, for vehicle mode for this Prime, this is actually pretty good. The paint and sculpted detail on this figure looks amazing. Now, the only thing I actually do have a problem with is there's a lot of gray, just like light gray on it. There's like too many of it. And it's not doing much well of this either because, well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I wish they could add a little bit more paint to it just to break up the colors just a tiny bit more. Just my opinion. But to be honest with you, the vehicle mode is actually one of the coolest things that Hasbro ever created, and I actually like it a lot. He does have 6 wheels, to be honest with you, and I kind of have a bit of a problem with the back of it right here. I'm trying to like align everything align up, but for some reason it just like this for no reason. I try to make sure these things can go into here, and it's just, I don't know why is doing that, but it doesn't affect the rollness of the figure, which is actually pretty cool. All the wheels does roll freely, but you might want to keep an eye on the front right here, because sometimes the fronts can get into, like, you know, get stuck, like it go like this on both sides. So what I do is just angle a little bit down so you can have this, on both sides right here. Shit. And you can see Prima's head is right here. But yeah, it doesn't affect anything to the wheels right here. And I've seen a lot of people doing like, you know, hover mode for Prime, like fold down the front wheels right there. Then you fold down like this. Even though it's not like doesn't show in the instruction, but you can see Prime is his hovering mode right here for this vehicle mode, which is kind of cool to be honest with you. But yeah, that's kind of a bit, yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. But just gonna put the wheels back like that. Yeah, this is the problem with the front wheels. Don't know what's the problem with that. And angling this back right there is also the pain in the ass to deal with. So yeah, you do have the actual weapon storage right here. There's like 4 peg holes right there that you could plug it in, but since the peg right here facing that way, well, this way, and of course you could put in the matrix of leadership outside right here and just put it to the side. This is the only weapon storage you can have right here, which I thought was going to be one like on the top of it, but you can put it to the side and that's it. And it does look okay, I guess, just to be honest with you. So that pretty much is it for the vehicle mode. Let's get on with the transformation. Now the transformation for this figure is easy and simple, and is actually satisfying. So first thing to do is remove the Star Saber right here, and just come by to the legs. What you wanted to do is bring this whole thing out, and you want to make sure you fold this out also, because you want to bend the legs just a little bit more so you can have clear access to the feet like that. And you straighten out the legs like that. Now bring the feet down about this angle. Now there's a double hinge here. There's a hinge here and a hinge here. And you want to have this tab to go into this slot right there. And you just want to connect that in like so to have it in here. And you just bring the feet back like that. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. Then when that's done, just split the legs like that. Just go like that. And there you go. You can see the whole area right here. You guys can see it, which I'm going to bring the camera a bit more like that. Now, next thing to do is just by untap the bumper right here. Then untap the shoulder part. Then I would recommend to move these out of the way, because you want to come to the back, slide out the arms right here. There's any tab right there to go into this slot if you go in doing the robot to vehicle, but push that out, like push that in. But anyways, bring it out. And have it in this angle for now, because you want to bring his head up like that. Then you want to, I would recommend to like twist the body around first, then you bring the back wheels back like that. Then you just want to connect the chest like that, nice and sturdy. Now, these tabs right there need to go into these slots right there. If you can barely see it, so those need to connect it there. This is also on a double hinge, so I think you want to have it like in this angle right here. Then you want to bring all of this here, connect that in like so, and make sure you have everything connected very well. And bring the bumper back that far like that. Twist the arm around facing forward. You want to have this facing forward. Then you want to bring the fist out, close this part up. This is on a double hinge, by the way, which is actually pretty good. Make sure you connect the arms like that. And they connected very well. And you just angle the shoulder pad. Same thing on the other side. Like so. I'm just checking everything to see everything is straightened out and perfectly well connected in. And I see a roach. I'll be right back. There's a false alarm. It was a dead roach. So anyways, bring the figure back here. Bring the camera down a little bit like that. And there you have Prima and his robot mode. Like I said, transformation, easy and simple, and I actually like this a lot. And for the robot mode, it's actually pretty cool, but there's still too much gray. It's not enough of the dark gray to breaking up a little bit of color, something the gunmetal gray. But anyways, the painting and scope to the detail on the robot mode looks pretty cool. And it does look fantastic on it, even with the metallic blue on this figure. It works very well on him. Now, like I already said, there's too much light gray on it. It doesn't break enough much for the dark gray and the gunmetal gray. Not only that, the pack here is kind of a bit of a disappointing, to be honest with you, because I wish Hasbro added another hinge that you can flip it this part up like that, because if you want to move the leg back like that, that's gonna hit here, which is kind of complete bullcrap. And yeah, like I said, I wish there was a hinge right here to flip this part up, so there's not much of it to say about it. His face though does look okay, but with the light gray, just like blending everything well, yeah, I'd rather like paint the face in silver, to be honest with you. Just my opinion, so yeah. But the look of the figure, like every other kill doesn't interfere, and I'll be right back. God, I thought my phone was ringing. Having it vibrate instead of like an actual ringtone, but okay. Like there's no kibble interfering of the articulation minus the back piece right here for the moving the back of the legs, but this is the articulation way for this figure is actually pretty good. It is actually on a ball joint, if you can see right here. It's on a ball joint, so it does go full 360 right there. Can go up that far, down that far, and a little bit of the pivot right here, so Arm does go full 360 right there. Shoulder pad is on a double hinge right here, so you can go like this. Up and down, same thing with this. Sadly, no butterfly movement right here, but you do have a full, yeah, the arm can go full 360. There's on a mushroom peg right here. Pretty cool. Arms does go in and out. You do have a swivel with the bicep right here. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a tab right here that's going into this slot right there if you transform into robot to vehicle, so make sure you connect that in perfectly well for that. But anyways, a perfect 90-degree bend right here. The arm, the hands, by the way, well, the wrists, if I can open this part up, is actually on a ball joint right here, which is actually pretty cool. You could do a lot of ranges of the arms, but anyways, the arms can go full 360 right there. You can go side to side, a little bit of not much for up and down, but also you do have a finger articulation, but unfortunately it's all together, so yeah, I can understand that why. So for Voyager class with a finger articulation, that's actually pretty cool, because mostly you rarely see them for like on later class, so yeah. The side skirt can go in and out, pretty cool. You also do have a swivel right there at the waist, full somewhat 360 because of the because of that tiny peg right there. So it can go side to side. Legs can go forward that far. Not that much back, unfortunately. Legs can go in and out. You do have a thigh swivel, go that far and go that far. A 90-degree bend, almost over a 90-degree bend right there, but that's actually pretty cool. A angle pivot right there, and the feet can go up and down like that. So posability for this figure is actually pretty good, pretty satisfying, and top notch. And Hasbro did a good job on this one. And let me show you the gimmick for this figure. You open up the chest, there's a hole right there that you can put in the matrix of leadership that can actually go into here. And there you go. boom. And I think he can actually hold the Matrix of Leadership with his hands. So let me try to open this finger up a little bit. I'm gonna put around his thumb. Not somewhat, but yeah. Let me close this piece, the chest back in. You do have weapon storage in the back for the Matrix of Leadership, so you can use it like that. And of course, you open up the fingers, slide that in with the whole hand, close that up, and there you go. Him with the Matrix of Leadership, and you can do a lot of possibility with this figure. And I'm actually pretty happy I got my first Prima figure, because the last time we actually seen a Prima figure, it was, I think it was right around during the Power of the Primes, but it was belonged on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive one, if I can recall. So I might have to check the history, but yeah. So I'm going to give me the final pose and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. Overall, Prima is an actual good figure. I actually do recommend to have this in your collection. If you guys are starting collecting a new Age of the Prime collection, or if you guys want to collect all the 13 Primes, which I'm also trying to do that, this is the figure for you, and pretty much that's it. So yeah. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here, so have fun, stay safe, and always, I'm out.